Wondering if a huge appetite and tons of energy are a benefit or a risk from prednisone. Is it from the prednisone or is it your disease being treated? So I had a friend who texted me and said, "Hey, I know you're the prednisone pharmacist. I'm wondering, tell me more." So this is specifically what this person texted. 2 days ago, the day I took prednisone, I had so much energy and a huge appetite. Both have gone down yesterday and today. Side effects kicking in. So this person was taking it for bronchitis or pneumonia or some weird lung, like nonstop coughing situation, and thought that the energy and huge appetite were going down because prednisone side effects were kicking in. But I think it's actually the opposite. A lot of people love that first dose of prednisone because it's amazing. You feel young again. You have all this energy. This person also had a huge appetite. There was this old man in my neighborhood. He was like 86 and he was normally stuck in a chair all day, no energy to do anything. And he took prednisone and suddenly he was out there with his power washer washing his RV and he was thrilled to feel young again, not be stuck feeling old in a chair. And that feeling can be amazing. And then I had another person reach out to me and he said, "Hey, what if I take high doses of prednisone for like the rest of my life? I love the way this feels. Why don't you do a case study of me and see if this is a good idea?" And I was like, I'm not going to do that because this feeling, this euphoria, this wonderful high energy enthusiasm for life that you're getting is temporary. It is Mother Nature giving you the ability to deal with a disastrous situation, giving you the energy to run away from a fire or a famine or a war. And it doesn't last. It's a temporary high, but I wouldn't even necessarily even call it a high. Well, I mean, technically it is a high, but it's not like you're getting high on like abusable drug. Like I do not consider prednisone to be an abusable drug. There's just too many side effects and this high goes away. Like it's not like, oh, you need a bigger dose to get your next hit like you would with an opioid or cocaine or meth or something. There is no next hit. That was it. The euphoria goes away and it was a one-time thing. And so it's not like, okay, I got this awesome high feeling when I was at 20 milligrams. I can go to 30 or 40 and I'll feel better. No, you won't. It's not going to work that way. What it might do is make you feel completely crazy. There's actually a thing called steroid-induced psychosis where it's causing you to go into psychosis where you're not sure of time, location, or maybe even who you are. And so you want to be careful that you don't abuse this drug, if that's what you want to call it. You always want to take the lowest effective dose to treat your condition. And higher doses can be incredibly damaging for your eyes, for your bones, for your muscles. So you'll have bone loss, muscle loss, and eye damage like glaucoma and cataracts. Things that can lead you to go blind, things that can lead you to lose height, shrink the length of your spine by compressing your spinal bones on top of each other, break bones, lose muscle mass, have sarcopenia, mess up your metabolism, diabetes. You do not want to abuse this drug. It's basically making a deal with the devil. Like you are getting the ability to do something. For me, it was not bleed to death. For other people, like with PMR, it's the ability to use their shoulders again, to eat food themselves, to feed themselves, to latch their own bra, to do whatever it is with their shoulders that they're not able to do or other joints. It's got to be worth it. And you always want to get to the lowest effective dose. That means you need to taper, never go off cold turkey. But what about this huge appetite? Why are you getting a huge appetite? Well, it's because prednisone is making you want to eat so that you can engorge yourself to get away from that disaster, that threat, that famine, that war. And so you just consume as much food as you possibly can to get away. You're not being slow and deliberate and eating things that take a while to prepare. You're just eating the shortest, quickest hit of food. And another thing is potentially this friend had so much energy and a huge appetite at first because maybe the doctor prescribed a higher dose and then the next day was a lower dose and a lower dose. Normally, the higher the dose, the more metabolic changes there are, more appetite, more weight gain, more blood sugar dysregulation, high blood sugars, potentially even to diabetes. So that could also have been the cause of those things dropping, is that the dose was dropping and so the side effects are dropping, right? And these are some good side effects for a lot of people. Like if you are taking prednisone for cancer chemotherapy, because those chemo drugs are causing you such severe nausea and vomiting, you take the prednisone and now suddenly you have an appetite. You can actually eat and not keep wasting away. That's amazing. Like that is a huge blessing. It's a miracle, really, that we have prednisone. It was a miracle for me. And if you're wondering if I have any other tips that I can share with you for how to minimize that huge appetite, how to feel like yourself again on prednisone, you should download my Prednisone Checklist. It has my top tips for what exactly you can do to feel like yourself again while taking prednisone. The things you need to avoid and the things you need to add back in so that you can feel your very best. Signing off as Dr. Megan, your prednisone pharmacist.